are going to be doing the first Adobe Illustrator tutorial. Now, I'm not a professional at Illustrator, but I know a couple of things, and there's no denying that it is the best, or one of the best at least, program for creating vector shapes. And what vector is pretty much, it uses math to create color and shapes instead of pixels. Now, Illustrator isn't something that you're going to use to touch up your Christmas pictures, but it's going to be used for creating logos and such. Um, when you create with Vector, you can create a logo that can be scaled down to small enough to fit on a business card, and then scaled up to fit on like the side of a truck or a billboard, and it won't lose any quality in that because it's computer numbers to create a shape instead of little tiny squares, aka pixels. So today we are going to be creating a very simple logo, but the logo is going to require us to use quite a few tools which will hopefully give you a nice jump start on creating your own. So let's go ahead and start off by selecting this. Well, let's first turn on a couple of things. Come on over to View and make sure Smart Guides is checked. Then come on over to Illustrator, or it might be in Edit Preferences. It depends on if you're on Windows or a Mac. So go to Preferences in General and make sure Scale, Stroke, and Effects is checked. Now you can mess around with that. It doesn't have to be checked. It's up to you. So to start off, I am going to hold down the Shift tool, and just like Photoshop, it will draw a perfect circle. Alright, so now as you can see, there's no fill, no stroke, nothing. And you can see that by this side right here, and unless you're colorblind, you can see it right here. And now to change that, I'm going to click right here, which is the fill color, and then I'm just going to select this orange right here. And if you want to stroke around it, you come over to here, and you can select a green or purple, whatever fits. So I don't want to stroke on it, I just want a fill color, so I click on this right here, which gets rid of the stroke, and I'm left with a circle with one color in it. So now I want to make sort of like a cutout, like a half moon from this. So to do that, I'm going to create another circle, a little bit smaller, and I'll change the color just so you can see what it looks like. Let's change it to, that works. And I'm going to select this black arrow, and what that does is it allows me to select the entire shape. Now this one is more so I can select the points like that and edit it. So I just want to select that black one because I want to select the whole shape. I'm just going to drag this around, something like that. Right there works. Alright, so now you want to come over to Window, Pathfinder, and with the Pathfinder open, select both of these shapes and then click this one, which is Merge, and it'll bring this all into one shape. Alright, so now you can select and move those around if you want, but what I want to do is direct select, which is that gray one, and just delete that blue circle. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to select this with the black arrow, copy and paste it with Apple C and Apple V, and then I'm going to rotate this and scale it down just a little bit, something like that. And let's change it to a green color works. Alright, so now I'm going to select this orange one again, Apple C, Apple V, and I'm going to rotate it again, something like this. Move it into place wherever you want it. Right there works. So now they are, or let's change this color real quick to a light blue. Alright, so now they are all stacked up in a strange way. So I want to change that. So I'm going to select this green one, Object, Arrange, Send to Back, and then same thing with the blue one, Send to Back. And you can see they're stacked a little bit nicer. This one I'm just going to rotate slightly. I don't know, something like that. Alright, so now that we have this, you can leave it like this if you want, and you can have you can seal this logo. Go ahead. But I'm going to add shadowing. And to do that, I'm going to grab this brush tool and a black paintbrush. I'm going to draw out a line. Let's change the weight to about 4 pixels. So select that, delete, and okay, it didn't change. Alright, anyhow, to change this is the stroke window, and that's in window and stroke. So now I'm going to draw out a new shape right here with 4 pixels. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe a little better than that. Okay, and let me delete this useless one and then select this one, and we can change it probably to 5 or 6 pixels. Let's go 5. And then to make it into a shadow, I'm going to use Effect, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And the preview doesn't look very good. You can't really tell from that, so let's just mess around with this. 7.4 looks fine. And I want it behind this orange one, so I'm just going to go Object, Arrange, Send Backwards, and that will bring it back 1 layer. And let's just move this around to however you want it. If you want to change the length of it, you can just use that gray selection tool. Oops. And then just drag it around. Something like that. Bring it back just so it's not showing into the white, and same with this one. Okay, so now that you have that, I'm going to select that shadow, go to Window, and then Transparency. I'm going to lower this down to, let's try 50. Alright, you can see where that's going. And I'm going to draw another shape with the brush tool. Let's draw one up here. Let's try to get a little bit neater up there, and then one more right there. Okay, so now I'm going to select those shadows again, and a quick shortcut is Apple and then the left bracket, which is the key next to your P key on your keyboard, and that will bring it back 1 layer each time you click it. So I'm going to do the same thing with all those, and this shadow we can, well, this one maybe we'll make it a little bit darker, 60 or so. This one 60. And now the next tool I'm going to use is the pen tool, and this is the tool that you are probably most likely going to use whenever you design something in Illustrator. Something other than that you can get away with, like the elliptical tool and all that. So what this tool is you might have used it in Photoshop. It's just a click, you click again, and you get these handles, and you can draw out a shape. And then you hold down your Alt key and click on a corner, it'll make it sharp. So then you can just come on over and do that. If you didn't click your Alt key, it would look something like this. Oops. Alright, I can't show you right now. So you can just do that. And I'm going to click this arrow right here so it swaps, so there's no stroke, but the fill is black. I'm going to change that to white and lower this opacity to about 20%. Let's move that wherever you want it. That looks good. Alright, so I'll show you that one more time. So what I do is I click again where you want that point to go, rotate it, and then I hold down Alt and I click here, because if you don't, it'll look all funky and rounded like that. Alright, so hold down Alt, click the corner, and then bring it out like that. And then again, I want to send it backwards, so Apple and then the left bracket, just like that. Move it around and bring down the opacity to about 20%. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. This was a very simple simple thing to get you started with Illustrator. Hopefully you learned a couple of techniques and put it on, use it to create your own logos. See you next time. Thank you for watching.